With 25% of the world's arable land in our possession, why should we ever have to get food aid from other nations? African women make up almost 50% of the agricultural labor force, and this is how much more we would increase our yield if we had as much access to resources as our men. 30%. Think about that. 30% more food. Oh, you ask how? We thought you'd never ask. Consign this to the museum because we are truly physically tired.
How do you transform the agricultural sector using a hand hoe?
We also know many better ways to succeed in farming, and these include access to land and this. Here is one African woman farmer's story. Isabel Dieltins from Mozambique.
I got into farming in 1993. I was married too early. Actually, I was 17 to 18. I had my kids, and afterwards I went to school just to set a good example to my children. I have got a degree in law, but since my passion is farming, I came back farming. We have got cows, we have got pigs, we have got lychees, basically. We have got strawberries and bananas as well. This is basically a fruit farm. Growing fruits, it's, to me, I find it easier than growing vegetables, for instance, because it gives you less work, you need less workers, you need less water, because you only water your trees during a certain time of the year. To grow lychees, it takes a long time. Like when we started growing lychees 17 years ago. In the beginning, we were not exporting. Now we are exporting. We have been growing lychees for the last 17 years. And we have been lucky enough to have an US aid come help us improve our irrigation system. We have got 1,500 trees of lychees. Our market, we sell both to the national and international market. Last year, for instance, we sold our lychees in Holland, Germany, Lebanon and Russia. The policy of the government in Mozambique gives privilege to women. Not that they exclude men, but they give privilege to women because of the history in Africa, of women in Africa. I didn't have big challenges as other women who are not educated, because being educated is part of an advantage to get a piece of land in Mozambique. My advice to women in Africa and all over the world is that they have to believe in themselves. It's never too late to start anything in life. It's never too late to be educated. It's never too late to start any passion, any activity they would like to go for.
You can't imagine 50% of the population of the citizens of Africa being left behind. If women down the tour today, can you think of 50% of the population of Africa downing their tour? The continent will be in a mess. Everybody will go hungry.
Still not convinced? Listen to Daphne Bayayi's success story from Zimbabwe.
I actually started farming on a full-time basis in 2008. This is when we managed to secure a farm through the land reform program. Prior to that, I was working as an industrial metallurgist. I came into farming not by accident. I've always had a passion for farming. I love livestock. I love the sight of crops in the field. And it's just the opportunity that had never availed itself. The policies of our government have been able to ensure that we have land. They've given us land. A couple of years into the land reform program, government enabled women to own land in their own capacity. So I would say government policy has been very favorable to women in agriculture. Our farm is located in a tobacco producing region. Our main crop on this farm is actually tobacco. We grow 25 hectares of tobacco, half of which is done under irrigation and the other half is done on dry land. Our contractors actually purchase all our product as long as it meets with their specifications. So contract farming has enabled me to produce a world-class product that can fetch world-class prices. We do livestock production on the farm. Our numbers at the moment are still low. It's an area that we are putting more and more finances into so that we grow our cattle herd and we feed into our local market and also into the national market. We irrigate half of our crop and we make use of tractors and the various farming implements that are tractor drawn. Our curing facilities, we make use of the conventional barns. We also have the Modro system, which is a step ahead in technology. Then we have also adopted the rocket barn, which is a fuel efficient barn. The underlying thing within a business is the ability to make profit. And to make profit, you need to watch your costs. In agriculture, the one thing that helps us to cut our costs is mechanization. We need to adopt technology. Technology is good for us. Technology will benefit even a farmer on 1 acre of land because it enables them to do more in less time. So having equipment that can assist a woman that will halve the amount of sweat that she needs to put into that land will naturally grow her gains. It will increase her wealth. Our role as women to Zimbabwe, to Africa, to the world comes from our role as women in the home. We are providers, we are carers. We feed our children, we feed our families, we feed our community. And because of that, our role within agriculture is even more important. We know what is required to feed a nation. We are taught to plant, to nurture a plant, and to harvest. It is ingrained in our DNA. Our grandmothers did it, our mothers did it. We do it. It may differ in scale, but we do it. We look after plants. We do the small vegetable plot at home. It's not the men who do that. So it's important to enhance women's capacity in farming because women know how to grow things.
Consign the hoe to the museum and watch us change the continent. We are not only capable, we are ready.
Women do not want pity because women are capable individuals. Women require empowerment. And empowerment in terms of access to resources, access to land. Capital is the way to make everything work. Without capital, you cannot manage. And technology will help us also ensure that agriculture is modernized. And since the women are the main players, my message to the women of Africa is that keep it up. Build confidence and demand your position in society.
For Agenda 2063 to mean anything to these women, we have to abide by the request to put the hoe into the museum and give them better technology.
The land is not just an entity that yields food that sustains the family, but it's also a home. And so it is right that the woman has a right, equal right to that of the man. The woman must play a vital role. She must be fully recognized. And in situations where agriculture is still the mainstay of the economy. Let our women have the right of ownership of land, the same right as the men have.